I'm here with Gordon Ward. What golf course are we at, Gordon?
We're at the Taupo course at the Taupo Golf Club.
And, oh, Tauhara course, Taupo Golf Club. So there's two courses.
Yeah, two courses. Centennial's our championship course out the other side.
Okay, so 36 holes. Shall we go have a walk around and look at some of the interesting features here?
Yeah, sure. We can do that.
All right, thank you. I know that there's some volcanic activity in the area. Is that what these rock piles are?
Yeah, the fumaroles or piles of rocks were designed to help the thermal heat get out of the ground to give the grass a better chance, because they used to, the old green used to be over the back and it used to keep melting, so they lifted the green up.
With the pipe was melting, or the green died?
Oh, both. The grass died and the irrigation pipes were melting.
Oh my, like melting. Yeah. And then having big leaks and
just leaking, and
yeah.
So we changed the direction of the pipe into the green, and unfortunately, fortunately, the fumaroles are no longer required because of the new power station over the back. It's a thermal power station, and it seems to have taken the heat away, so we don't have the problems we used to have back in the 80s. So it's a lot better to grow grass now.
And no more steam coming up out of these.
No more steam. So it used to have a nice steam effect, but we don't get that even on a cold day now. So it's noticeable, the difference.
So Gordon, it drains well?
Yeah, it drains really well. So that's a big bonus, especially through winter, because we've had a lot of rain this year. So, but the downside is it's also hard to hold of water in summer. When you want to hold a bit of water, we sort of can't really. So that's the downside. But I'd still take the drainage over mud any day.
I should turn on the image stabilization. These fairways are bumpy.
Yeah, they're pretty natural. They haven't had a lot of smoothing out over the years, so that might help them drain it as well. You know, lots of hollows and natural humps and channels for the water to disappear, so that works in our favour, but it's hard on the machinery as well.
Gordon, you said you did a apprenticeship here when
you
were younger?
Back in the 80s I was here for a few years, and I went away overseas and came back, and second tour of duty now.
All right, so you're in charge here, and this is, I was surprised it's only 5-6 guys working here, but a couple of them just 20 hours a week, so
yeah,
it comes out to about the equivalent of 4 full-time.
About 4.5, but we're fortunate here. We don't get great growth, so that's both a good thing and a bad thing, really.
And the reason why you don't get great growth is because of the volcanic soils, the pumice.
It's very leachable, yeah.
Right, so this is just, yeah, rocky. Can I grab a handful?
It's quite hard.
It's rocks. Right, and that's why you don't get the good growth.
Yeah, the grass doesn't like it so much, so that sort of helps us keep the staff numbers down a bit.
Right, so with mowing frequencies, how would that work for fairways, for example?
Twice a week max.
At the peak?
At the peak of growth would be enough.
Cool.
But this side we just do once anyway, just to.
Okay,
it's a lesser standard course, so people aren't expecting to have everything mowed, and they're happy not to see us quite often.
What kind of grass on the greens here?
Predominantly brown top with power stitch through it, especially through winter, but it tends to be pretty much brown top all summer.
About how much nitrogen do you put in a year?
I've been experimenting, and I went down a bit low, but I've sort of upped it to around 70 units, 70. I think it should be at 100 though, just with the amount of play we're getting.
But yeah, there looks like there's a lot of bank grass on these greens.
Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased for winter after the winter we've had. They've held up pretty well.
Yeah, and nice color. It's still winter. Looks good.
Yeah, we do plenty of sort of sneaky aeration. We just poke little holes through them just to keep the air going through them. So I think that's pretty important.
And these are just built on this native
just
soil?
Natural soil greens, yeah, but that have been sand top dressed over the years.
And does it compact very much, or?
Can get a bit tight. Yeah.
Well, that's, yeah, with that light we can really see it. So, some vandalism, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately, due to the vaccine mandate, there was some unhappy golfers, and they took out their frustration on the greens with some chemical damage, which we've managed to seed and plug over the last few months. So it's hopefully by spring we should get full recovery.
Now, specifically when you say vaccine mandate, it was the club members had to have a vaccine in order to play.
That's right.
And there was some
We didn't like that.
Some who got angry. Who the perpetrators have not been caught or identified, have they?
No, so it's just a bit of a mystery at the moment.
And how many greens were affected?
We had 4 damaged greens, so this would be the worst one. The other 3 aren't as bad, but
Chemical spray?
chemical of some description. We're thinking of forestry chemical, because it did leave a couple of weeds behind, which your classic Roundup wouldn't do.
And that was 8 months ago?
Would have happened around January time, we think.
Okay.
January, end of December.
But you're back to full cover.
Getting there.
Just seeded it with browntop?
Just straight colonial brown top, yeah. So that seems to work pretty well. Didn't come up in all the areas. We had to resort to some plugging.
Are these strips plugs?
The strips are plugs, and the circles are plugs as well.
Oh well, that's pretty good to get it back. I saw those pictures of how bad it was. That was nasty.
Yeah, it wasn't the best, but we're pretty happy. So we'll be back to full cover come spring.
Good work.
Thanks.
Yeah, we've really got into the movie making.
Awesome.
I hear you're the manager. Cliff, I am Micah Woods.
G'day, Michael Woods.
Nice to meet you. So Cliff, you're the general manager.
Correct.
Wonderful. And I didn't get an answer yet when I asked Gordon, how many rounds are played here? Do you keep track of that?
So, yeah, we keep track of all the members' rounds and our guests, so green fee players. So off the top of my head, I can't tell you exactly, but right now we're running, all our members' rounds are up about 10%, 10 to 15% month on month with last year. Mm-hmm. And our green fees are down a little bit, but total rounds on the golf course are definitely up by about 10%.
But you don't know the exact number, you just know it's that much more than last year.
If I give you an exact number just now and it's not right, then everybody on YouTube will come to me and say, you're a fraud.
Good point. And we would hate to provide any misinformation on this episode of Cart Rides with Micah. All right. Well, Gordon, thank you so much. I would like to thank you for the tour and showing me around this very interesting golf course with really good conditions. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks a lot. Good to see you.